Now, in the early 1990s, Vauxhall sent their Vauxhall Carlton to these guys, Lotus, to get a BBL. I mean, upgrades, people. Now, these Vauxhall Carltons basically came with a lot of engine options, but the one they chose to send to Lotus was a 3-liter inline six. It was naturally aspirated and very underpowered. But when Lotus got done giving it the special treatment, because Vauxhall decided, you know what, we're going to turn this into a high performance version of our Vauxhall Carlton. So this is what they came up with. Lotus got their damn hands on this thing and decided, you know what, we're going to get this thing the special sauce. So what they did was took that 3-liter inline six and bored and stroked it to 3.6 liters and added 2 T25 turbos on it. Horsepower immediately jumped from just under 200 horsepower to 377 horsepower and 419 foot-pounds of torque, which is absurd for the early 1990s because they only produced this thing from 1990 to 1992. Now, Lotus didn't only give it a jump in power, but they gave it a good suspension, good braking, and a 6-speed manual from a Corvette ZR1. This thing was absolutely nuts, but this ain't even half of it. To put how impossibly fast the Lotus Carlton was in perspective, this is a Ferrari Testarossa. It's both a pop icon and a cultural icon, and basically any other icon you could think of. It was just that freaking fast. It was so fast that they decided to put it in one gun midnight. And it was going toe-to-toe with a Ferrari Testarossa. Like, there's no other way to put it. Just imagine your face owning a Ferrari Testarossa and getting your butt handed to you by a 4-door ugly saloon. Now, if you were a suspect of any kind, and you were driving these and the police were chasing you, they would eventually give up. Like, they wouldn't even try because they called these guys uncatchable. I cannot make this up. They called these Carlton drivers uncatchable, especially if you were a wanted suspect of any kind. These things were fast enough to outrun their helicopters. So I know damn well they wouldn't, a 3-cylinder, possibly 60 horsepower police car was not catching a Carlton. I mean, let's think about this for a second, because I don't think these things was available in the U.S. We're talking about a 377 horsepower, 419 foot-pound of torque sedan, basically, with good suspension and everything, the whole works. This thing would have gave the Fox body, the Camaro, basically anything in America in the early 1990s, the blues, dog. This was one of the first sleepers. There's no other way to put it. Love you guys.